Every road feels familiar until the moment it isn't. A normal drive, a green light, a quick overtake, a single distraction, and then impact. Tonight we're looking at real dashcam crashes captured around the world. No actors, no second takes, just real people making decisions they can never undo. Some drivers were reckless, some never even saw the danger coming, and others were simply in the wrong place at the worst possible time. Watch closely, because every clip in this video contains a lesson that could save your life one day. These are the moments right before disaster. Traffic is moving quickly on a multi-lane highway. The weather is clear. Visibility is perfect. Everything appears completely normal. A dark SUV is driving in the center lane at high speed. Ahead, another vehicle attempts to merge from the right, but something immediately feels wrong. The merging car accelerates aggressively, too aggressively. Instead of waiting for space, the driver forces their way between two fast-moving vehicles. The SUV driver reacts instantly and jerks the wheel left. But at highway speed, even a tiny movement can become deadly. The tires lose grip. The SUV begins fishtailing violently across the lanes. Drivers nearby slam on their brakes. Some try to escape, others freeze. Then comes the impact. The SUV clips the barrier, spins, and rolls multiple times before finally sliding upside down across the highway. Debris explodes everywhere. Glass, plastic, smoke. Cars behind narrowly avoid becoming part of the crash. One driver misses the wreck by only centimeters. Miraculously, the occupants survive. But the footage is a brutal reminder of how dangerous aggressive merging becomes at high speed. On highways, impatience can turn into catastrophe in less than 2 seconds. Heavy rain pounds the windshield. The road surface looks soaked. Visibility is terrible. Traffic ahead begins slowing near a construction zone. Most drivers react early. Brake lights illuminate one after another, but one truck in the distance keeps moving fast, far too fast. The dashcam driver notices it immediately. The truck isn't slowing down. You can almost feel the panic before the collision even happens. The truck driver slams on the brakes. The wheels lock, but the massive vehicle keeps sliding forward like a missile. Water sprays everywhere. The trailer swings sideways, then impact. The truck crashes directly into stopped traffic. One car is crushed against the barrier. Another spins across the road. A third vehicle is launched into the construction area. The sound alone is horrifying. Metal folding, glass exploding, horn alarms screaming. Emergency crews later reported that the truck driver had been traveling too fast for weather conditions. And that's the terrifying reality. Doesn't matter if the speed limit says one thing. If the road is wet, your stopping distance changes completely. Rain doesn't forgive mistakes. This next crash looks almost harmless at first. No speeding, no racing, no dangerous weather, just a normal city street. A driver moves through light traffic during the afternoon. Music is playing. Everything feels calm. Then the driver glances down, probably at a phone, maybe a navigation app, maybe a message. 3 seconds, that's all it takes. During that brief moment, traffic ahead suddenly stops for a pedestrian crossing, but the distracted driver never sees it. By the time their eyes return to the road, it's already too late. The vehicle slams directly into the rear of a stopped sedan. The impact pushes the sedan into another car. A chain reaction begins instantly. The crash isn't the biggest in this video, but it's one of the most realistic, because almost every driver has done this at least once. Looked down, checked a notification, adjusted music, reached for something. And that's what makes distracted driving so dangerous. It feels harmless, until the exact moment it isn't. At just 80 kilometers per hour, looking away for 3 seconds means driving blind for more than 60 meters. Imagine closing your eyes for that distance. That's effectively what happened here. Nighttime, an empty intersection, street lights reflecting on wet pavement. A motorcycle approaches quickly, maybe too quickly. At the same time, a car begins turning left across the intersection. The driver probably thinks the motorcycle is farther away, but motorcycles create a dangerous illusion. Because of their small size, drivers often misjudge their speed. The rider suddenly realizes the car is turning directly into their path. The brakes lock. The bike leans violently. Sparks fly across the asphalt. And then the collision happens. The rider is launched into the air. The motorcycle disintegrates across the road. The car driver immediately exits in shock. You can hear panic in the background. People begin running toward the rider. Fortunately, the motorcyclist survives, but the injuries are severe. Intersections remain one of the deadliest places for riders worldwide, especially at night, especially in rain, especially when speed reduces reaction time. Sometimes drivers don't not care. Sometimes they simply don't see the motorcycle until impact becomes unavoidable. The next footage comes from a police dashcam, and within seconds, you understand why the situation is already dangerous. A sports car races through traffic at insane speed. Cars scatter out of the way. Some drivers barely avoid being hit. Police lights flash behind the vehicle, but the driver refuses to stop. The chase continues through multiple intersections. Red lights, pedestrian crossings, blind corners. Everything becomes more reckless. Then comes the moment nobody can avoid. A minivan enters an intersection legally on a green light. The fleeing sports car appears from nowhere. Impact. The collision is catastrophic. The sports car explodes into debris. The minivan flips onto its side. The police vehicle stops instantly. Officers run toward the wreckage. Smoke rises into the night sky. Later reports confirmed that the driver was intoxicated.
Have you ever been in trouble, police say? No, I've never been arrested.
And this is the terrifying truth about reckless speeding. The driver often believes they're only risking their own life, but innocent people always become part of the danger. One selfish decision can destroy multiple families forever. At first glance, the road looks completely safe, dry, clean, normal, but hidden across the pavement is something drivers fear every winter. Black ice. A pickup truck moves down a quiet road early in the morning. The driver appears relaxed. No sudden movements, no speeding. Then suddenly, the truck slides. No warning, no visible reason. The steering wheel turns, but the tires no longer respond. The vehicle drifts sideways directly into oncoming traffic. Another driver desperately swerves to avoid impact, but there's nowhere to go. The vehicles collide head-on. The force sends both cars spinning into snow-covered ditches. Airbags deploy instantly. Steam rises from the engines. And the scariest part, neither driver was behaving recklessly. Sometimes road conditions alone can become deadly, especially during early mornings when temperatures sit near freezing. Black ice is almost invisible, and by the time you realize it's there, you've already lost control. This final crash proves how dangerous impatience can become. Traffic waits at a busy intersection. The light turns green. Cars begin moving slowly forward. Everything appears routine. Then suddenly, from the side of the frame, a speeding car blasts through a red light. The driver never even attempts to brake. A white sedan crossing legally through the intersection has no time to react. The collision is immediate, violent, brutal. Both vehicles spin uncontrollably across the intersection. Debris rains onto nearby sidewalks. Pedestrians run in panic. The shocking part is how close this came to becoming even worse. Just seconds earlier, multiple pedestrians had crossed exactly where the crash happened. One red light, one impatient driver, one completely avoidable disaster. Intersections are built on trust, the trust that other drivers will stop. And the moment someone ignores that system, chaos begins. Every crash in this video started with something small, a distraction, too much speed, a risky decision, a moment of impatience. And that's what makes these clips so terrifying, because none of the drivers expected their day to end this way. The road can change in seconds, no matter how experienced you are, no matter how confident you feel. So next time you drive, stay focused, stay patient, and never assume disaster only happens to other people. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more real dashcam moments from around the world, subscribe to Fatal Frame Cases, because out there on the road, the next mistake is always waiting.